of Wiley and Wheater Wright. She's a soldier's daughter, went through great lengths and cost them a lot of money to remember their parents in a unique love story. Thank you so much for being with us.
It is really an honor for me to be here, and I just let people know they can find out more by going to the website lovereunited.org that tells that story. But it's a story of a man and woman that met in Phoenix City, Alabama, married, and they were married for about 10 years or so, and about 11 years. And then, unfortunately, 2 weeks before my father's return from Vietnam, he died. He was the helicopter crew chief. McNamara witnessed his death, and it was just really terrible that McNamara witnessed my father's death and also the death of PFC.
I don't think they know who McNamara is. Tell them. He was the U.S. Secretary of State, was he not? Or
yes, he was.
He was very high ranking.
Yes. Robert S. McNamara for the Johnson administration.
Yes.
And when my father went into Vietnam, he was under the Kennedy administration. But 4 months before my father's death, Kennedy was shot to death, as many of you may know. So he was a soldier that received honors even in Vietnam for all of the work that he had done. He had the Purple Heart even before his death. And unfortunately, we got all the air medals that he received, but unfortunately, we didn't receive him back. And if McNamara had just paid attention to that sign, maybe he would not have escalated the war. And it's something that has impacted us and will impact us, 58,000 families in the United States for generations.
Wow. So they're reunited. I was going to say,
and it's important. The memorials are important. The film, the documentary is important, and people need to learn to do their own research. The work, let's say, for instance, with the Pierce Chapel African Cemetery near Columbus and Midland is an example. Also, that 4th annual Memorial Golf Tournament that was at Auburn University in honor of the fallen officer William Buckner. Those kinds of things are important, taking time to remember. And that's what the 15-minute documentary does. And we also have with it an activity plan, a lesson plan to show people how they too can learn about their families, because the contributions that we make are very important.
Yes. Not
only to our personal families, but for the entire community, the nation,
it is.
The world.
And I see in looking when they go to the site, Love Reunited, that this is not just the adult children, that you have brought in the grandchildren as well, because you want them to know where they have come from. And even though your parents could not be reunited in life, they were reunited in their death, bodies exhumed, placed in the military cemeteries. What a story.
Yes. And it was the 50th anniversary of the civil rights movement at the time, and it was so God ordained that all of the pallbearers were white men honoring this black couple, and we didn't.
Jackie, we have got to say goodbye. What a story! I'm so sorry to interrupt you, but it happens every day. It's not long enough.